Similarly, Osun State government and the leadership of the civil society group in the state have concluded arrangements to ensure a successful and memorable June 12 Democracy Day celebrations. A statement signed by the Commissioner for Regional Integration and Special Duties, Engineer Lale Kombadmos, says members of the public are invited to participate in the procession by the members of the civil society's coalition, as well as the main event holding at noon at Aurora Event Center, Ring Road, Oshubu. Engineer Badmos recalls that the state government of Osun started the celebration of June 12 as Democracy Day before the federal government declared the day as national holiday in honor of Chief MKO Abiola. The statement adds that the Governor Adegboyega Oyetola-led administration will continue to deliver on its mandate to the people, and in addition will continue to encourage all and sundry to promote democratic ideals aimed at deepening civil rule in Nigeria. According to the statement, Governor Itola is expected as the chief host as the annual public lecture in commemoration of the event, while the first Vice Chancellor of Osun State University, Professor Shola Akemiade, is the guest speaker. Former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Chief Adegboyega Aboma San, is the chairman, while the Ogiyan of Ejibola and Oba Omowonuola Oyeyode Oyesosin is the royal father of the day. As the deadline for the conduct of political party primaries elapsed, the Independent National Electoral Commission has reminded political parties not to submit candidates without running mates, saying such nominations would outrightly be declared invalid. Speaking at a meeting with President Electoral Commissioners in Abuja, INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu said candidates who did not emerge through democratic nomination processes would also not be accepted. According to him, the meeting was called to review a number of interrelated activities, particularly the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise and the submission of the list of candidates by political parties. Osun State chapter of the Nigeria Union of Teachers has appreciated Governor Adegboyega Oyetola on the recently approved circular for the domestication of harmonized retirement age of 65 and 40 years of pensionable service for teachers in the state. In a statement signed by the Chairman NUT, Comrade Adekomi Kabir, and the Secretary, Comrade Salami Olukayode, the union maintained that the recent development has shown the genuine love of Governor Itola to Osun teachers and the civil service at large. The union therefore pledged its support and cooperation towards the success of the present administration. The Osun Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board will this evening commence the campaign of 2022 intending pilgrims to the Permanent Arch Transit Camp. Venue of the campaign is Osun State Government Secretariat Mosque. A statement from the Administrative Secretary of the Board, Mr. Bolaji Sani, said the campaign is to prepare the intended pilgrims for their airlift to Saudi Arabia, whose flights are scheduled for next week, Monday and Tuesday. He therefore requested the intending pilgrims living at places quite far from Oshubu to report this evening for preparations for their airlift. Mr. Bolaji explained that intended pilgrims would be subjected to a mandatory PCR test tomorrow, in line with the guidelines for this year's Hajj by Saudi Arabian authority, and therefore it is disclosed that the intending pilgrims should check for their flight schedules at the head office of the board to know their schedules as from Sunday evening. The statement added that the farewell with Governor Adegboyega Oyetola will be done within the period of campaign. People have been enjoined to be wary of their total health status, especially eyes, against the defects of glaucoma, which does a great havoc to human sight. Dr. Caroline Adeoti from Osun State University gave the admonition during a lecture as the 23rd annual lecture of the Faculty of Ophthalmology with the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria. According to her, those that stand the high risk of glaucoma are people older than 40 years, people with family history, diabetes, and hypertensive patients. Dr. Adeoti stated that sleep allowed restorative function in human brain, and to this effect, 6 to 7 hours of sleep is required. The annual lecture climaxed with giving of award and prizes to the faculty quiz winners and fundraising for the faculty. Nigerians have been enjoined to intensify the level of their prayer to God and also move closer to God than ever before. President Springs of Hope Christian Ministries, Reverend Lawrence Lasisi, stated this as the second day of the Festival of Hope at the 2022 Open Air Revival. In his sermon, Reverend Lasisi maintained that it is high time Nigerians depart from their iniquities and move closer to God so there can be an open heaven. He stressed that trusting in God and coming to Jesus is the only way out of darkness and the deadly world. There were drama presentations and song ministrations by Ede Central Mass Choir and Zendiko Choir, among other activities. Activities marking the annual Odun Oroke for 2020 commenced today with Aisun Oroke, Ijo Batakoto, Ijala Ode, and Here Adamakerikeri, among others in Otonile, Obokun East LCDA area of the state. This is contained in a statement by the Oloton of Otonile Obasunde Adegbemi Fagbirade and the Olomoba of Otonile. The statement explains further that the festival continues tomorrow with Ojo Odun Oroke and the climbing of Orioke Uluadaji to inspect historical monuments, acts, and artifacts. It adds that the grand finale holds on Sunday was the paying of homage to Olodumare for a successful visit to Orioke Uluadaji, as well as songs by the Olobemile Oba Ijala Yewode Idijere Ibile, among others. And Ondo State High Court has sentenced 3 out of 4 suspected killers of the 58-year-old daughter of the national leader of the Pan-Yoruba Social political group, Mrs. Funke Olakunrin, to death by hanging. The Ondo Attorney General arraigned Muhammad Usman Usage Lawal and Adamu in 2019 for the murder of Olakunrin. They were charged with 4 counts, including felony with murder and kidnapping. Delivering judgment, Justice William Olamide discharged and acquitted the first defendant, Abubakar, who was charged with aiding and abetting the crime. Justice Olamide held that the prosecution approved its case beyond a reasonable doubt. The judge delivered the judgment after listening to submissions by the prosecution and defense counsel and adopted the final written addresses. And on sports, Super Eagles head coach Jose Peseiro has commended his players for their performance in the 2-1 win against Leon Stars of Sierra Leone, though the West Africans missed an early chance through Victor Osimhen. But Peseiro's charges, however, went behind in the 11 minutes, with Jonathan Mose nodding home Musa Kamara's pinpoint cross. The Super Eagles rallied back with Alex Iwobi equalizing 5 minutes later and Victor Osimhen netting the winning goal 4 minutes before the break. Meanwhile, the Super Eagles will travel to Agadir, Morocco for their next game in the qualifiers against Sao Tome and Principe next week, Monday. On the foreign scene, Basa Rajapaksa, the brother of Sri Lanka's president and the country's former finance minister, says he has resigned from parliament, the second politician from the influential family to step away from government amid a severe economic crisis. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's elder brother, Mahinda Rajapaksa, resigned as Prime Minister last month after prolonged protest against the economic crisis turned deadly, but Mahinda remains a member of parliament. The 3 Rajapaksa siblings have been key players in Sri Lankan politics for decades, but are blamed by protesters who have been taken to the streets in their thousands in recent months for mishandling the island nation's economy. Infighting between the brothers also played a part in Sri Lanka's slide into turmoil, but Basa Rajapaksa is likely to retain influence. That was the evening news on OSBC television. We thank you for watching. Join us at 7 for the major reports. Good evening.